For KRVN Sports, I'm Jayson Jorgensen. UNK women's soccer coach Rob Breton has announced the names of 4 more players who will suit up for the Lopers this upcoming season, and he can't wait to get started.
You know, these 4 players are going to bring another dimension of depth to our team, as well as just overall capability. You know, Riley being a player that's already at UNK but is switching from basketball to soccer. A lot of people are like, well, you know, that's a little unorthodox to do that right in the middle of your college year. But, you know, Riley was a 3-time first-team All-State defender in club. I believe she was a 1 or 2-time All-State defender in high school for one of the best teams at the time when she played with Bellevue East. She was a high-quality defender who was committed to play at Central Missouri. And during the time that she would have committed, that would have been within a year or 2 of them coming off of a national championship. So if Riley can play for Central Missouri, she can definitely play for us. And then, you know, she came to a few training sessions and showed that for someone who hadn't played college or soccer in 2 years at all, she held her own. She was throwing around. She was involved. It was great. You know, adding a player like Keela it's a game changer for the program in so many different ways, because it's our first Power 4 player that's ever transferred into the program. And when I say Power 4, you know, we had a player from UNLV in the past who transferred in, but I'm talking about someone who played for, you know, one of the biggest schools in the country with Kansas State. And Keela's played at the highest level since she was a kid. She played for an extremely high talented Kansas Rush team. And then during her time at K-State, you know, she didn't necessarily fit the style that the coach wanted to play, but that doesn't mean that she wasn't capable of playing or competing at that level. It was just what the coach needed from her position was not necessarily Keela's strong suit. So because of that, she didn't get the minutes or reps that I think she deserved or that she could have added. So I'm excited to get her here because she kind of has that chip on her shoulder to be able to say, hey, look, I'm going to go to this program and I really want to make a difference and help take them to the top of the top, which is huge for us. Let alone, like I said, just playing at the level and against the competition that she has week in and week out shows exactly the type of player that we're getting. I'm going to say, so bringing in someone like Hannah Schimmer, it really excites me because one thing that we've had as, I don't want to say as a problem, but let's say not our strongest suit in the history of our program is our ability to put the ball in the back of the net. The most goals in a single season in the history of our program is 26. And, I mean, when you think about it, that's more than 1 a game. Okay, cool. But then you take someone like Hannah, who during her first year at Iowa Western, when she won a national championship, she had 20 goals and 13 assists in 1 season, while going on to win a national title and being named the offensive player of the tournament. She then, her sophomore year, transferred to Midland, and while I believe she had only played 8 or 9 games before she got hurt, she had 16 goals and 4 assists. This is a proven goal scorer and a kid who just is, not only is she fast and athletic, but she's creative, she's hungry, she wants to score, and she wants to play at the best level. And it's one of those things of adding her with the other freshmen that we have and the returning players that we have. It just creates a whole new demand for our offensive players to be productive, because now we have 2 to 3 deep at each of the forward positions of goal-scoring players, whereas, you know, last year we might have at best had 1 or 2 deep at each position. So adding these kids in really make it where, you know, people have to be on top of their game if they want to be able to get the minutes and the reps that they want, which then just makes our offense that much better. And then the last one, rounding it out, you know, and definitely not the last signing, but physically the last signing, we had Cameron Nita coming all the way from Hawaii. Cam was actually scouted and projected to be a Division I player. She unfortunately went through a knee injury her junior year, which affected her recruiting process, but also she is a very, very high academic level kid. So she was very specific on the institution that she wanted to go to when it came to school. So the fact that we were on that list was huge because she was accepted into, an example would be a school like Gonzaga nursing program. She chose to come here and play for us and go to our nursing program instead of just going to Gonzaga and attending their nursing program, which says a lot about our school. But this kid is a multifaceted attacker who can play both the midfield, up front. She can drop in. She can play behind the line. She understands movements. But the one thing that I like about her the most is, she's 5'3", 5'4", and is the sweetest kid in the world. But when you put her on the field, she's an absolute bulldog, man. She's going to beat people up, and I can't wait to watch it.
So you are going to have 9 newcomers on the roster this year. I'm sure you can't wait to get started and to get everybody together in the preseason and see how this all works out.
The only thing I don't like about Division II is we only get 5 days for our preseason really before classes start, which it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So that's really going to be the focus, is integrating the 9 new players that we have, which when you take those 9, Hannah, Cameron, Billy, Danny are all forwards. Then you're adding another goalkeeper, a center mid with Anna, who's been here all spring, so she's kind of blended in a little bit already. Adding in our outside back, adding in Serene at midfield. We're really just making it where our team is strengthened all around, and preseason is going to be really just, like you said, integrating everybody to who works well together, what's the best combinations, what's our system going to look like with these groupings.
And that was Loper women's soccer coach Rob Breton. UNK begins the season on August 17th with an exhibition at Hastings College. For KRVN Sports, I'm Jayson Jorgensen.